There's a gap in the Lakewood Ranch market, and most agents don't talk about it, and it usually shows up in homes priced between $1 million and $2 million. And if your home is in that range, you're in a tricky spot. The home is too unique for a basic online estimate. Zillow doesn't understand the full story. An algorithm cannot always understand your lot, your view, your upgrades, your community, or the lifestyle someone's really buying. But at the same time, many homes in this range are not always positioned in the depth, strategy, and storytelling they deserve. And that gap is where a lot of homes struggle. Some sit on the market because they were priced too high. Some sell too quickly because they were priced too low, and some never get the right buyer to fully understand why the home was worth the price in the first place. That's what I call the $1 million to $2 million dilemma. When I meet with a seller in this price range, I don't just ask about the square footage, the bedrooms, the bathrooms, or what the home nearby sold for. And I definitely don't rely on the comps and online estimates alone. Comps matter, but in this price range, they don't tell the whole story. Before I recommend a price, there are 5 things I personally look at. The first thing is the home itself. Where is it located inside the community? Is it on water, a preserve, golf, or a private lot? Is it close to amenities? Is it on a quiet street? Does it back up to something that affects value? Those details matter. 2 homes can have the same floor plan and still have very different values depending on the lot, the view, the setting, and how the home actually lives. The second thing I look at are the upgrades. But I don't just look at a list of upgrades. I look at whether those upgrades matter to the buyer. A renovated kitchen matters if it fits the way a buyer wants to live. An expanded outdoor space matters if it creates the Florida lifestyle buyers are looking for. A pool, outdoor kitchen, impact windows, custom closets, upgraded flooring, lighting, cabinetry, and landscaping may all add value, but only if they're explained properly. One mistake I see many listings is that the upgrades are listed, but they're not connected to the buyer. And that's the big difference. Buyers don't need to just know what was done. They need to understand why it matters. The third thing I look at is the community. In Lakewood Ranch, community matters almost as much as the home itself. A buyer is not just buying 4 walls, they're buying the lifestyle around the home. So I look at the amenities, the social environment, the HOA, the maintenance standards, the location, the drive times, and the access to waterside, UTC, Sarasota, golf, dining, beaches, and everything else that makes this area so desirable. And if that story is not told, the buyer may not understand your home is worth more than another home just a few miles away. They may see 2 properties online and think they're similar, when in reality the lifestyle, the lot, the community, and the location may be completely different. The fourth thing I look at is presentation and marketing. Professional photography is important, but at this price point, it's not enough by itself. The home needs to be presented with intention. That means the right photos, the right video, the right lighting, the right angles, the right drone footage, and the right narrative. But it also means the right marketing beyond the MLS, because the MLS is only part of the strategy. The goal is not just to upload the listing and wait. The goal is to position the home in front of the right buyers, tell the story properly, and make sure the value is understood before they ever walk through the door. The fifth thing I look at is the local context and buyer education. And honestly, I think it's the most overlooked part of selling a home in this price range. Many buyers coming into Lakewood Ranch are relocating from out of the area. Very often, they're connected with an agent through an online lead platform like Zillow or another search site. That agent may be perfectly capable, but they may not live here. They may not work in this market every day, and they may not understand the difference between one village in Lakewood Ranch and another. And that matters, because a buyer may walk through your home and not fully understand why your lot is better, why your section of the community is more desirable, why Waterside feels different from other parts of Lakewood Ranch, or why being close to UTC, Sarasota restaurant, shopping, golf, beaches, and cultural events matter. They may not understand the traffic patterns. They may not know which amenities people actually use. They may not understand why certain upgrades matter more in Florida than they did where they came from. And if no one explains the context, the buyer may compare your home to the wrong property. Or worse, they may not understand why your home is worth more. That is why when I represent a seller, I believe my job is not to open a door. My job is to tell the story. My job is to educate the buyer, educate the buyer's agent, And my job is to make sure the value is understood. Because when the buyer understands the lifestyle, the location, the village, the community, and the reasons behind the price, that price becomes easier to defend. That's where local knowledge matters. I just don't work in Lakewood Ranch. I live here. I understand why Waterside matters, why being close to UTC matters. I understand why Sarasota, the beaches, the restaurant, and the cultural events matter. And I understand the difference between homes that look good online and a home that truly fits the life someone is moving here to create. So when I sit down with a seller, I just don't give them a number. I look at the lot, the floor plan, the view, the upgrades, the community, the competition, the current inventory, the pending sales, the buyer profile, and most importantly, how the home should be positioned before it goes live. Because the right price is not just a number, it's a strategy. And if you're thinking about selling in Lakewood Ranch in the $1 to $2 million range, my recommendation is this. Don't rely on a quick estimate or a generic opinion. Get real pricing and a positioning review. I'll tell you what I believe your home is worth, where it fits in the market, what buyers are likely to notice and what may hurt you, and how I could position it to attract the right buyer. Because in this price range, the wrong strategy can cost you time, and the wrong price can cost you money. My job is not just to list your home, it's to help you sell it with the right price, with the right presentation, and the right marketing, and the right story. I'm George Latos, helping you move smarter, not just faster.